What is up, guys? Another episode of My Favorite Records. Tonight we have a great one. This is Misfits, Walk Among Us. Now, this is, in my opinion, one of the more produced Misfits records. Famously, a lot of Misfits records kind of sound like they were recorded in like a basement or tin can 8 stories away. And that's kind of the charm of them, especially the early stuff like Cough Cool and She, when they were still in that kind of Elvis piano phase, sorta. But if you're looking to get into Misfits, Danzig era, I think this is the record to go with. Right away, you have I Turned Into a Martian, Nike A Go-Go, which I always thought was a funny title. I love how they're like, go! in that entire song. Like, every Misfits song either has like a whoa or it's got a go in it. I guess they love that theme, you know. Glenn, Night of the Living Dead, you know, that's a great one. You always have to sing that one, the intro. Skulls, classic, but one of my favorites, if not my favorite song on this record, is, let's see, Astro Zombies. There's something so cool yet like melancholic about that song, because he's singing about like, hey, my Astro Zombies are gonna come and destroy this world and we're gonna shove it in your face. And it's just so catchy, and it's like, it's straightforward, of course, like, you know, every Misfit song, but it also has like an underlying, you know, sense of some sort of emotion to it. You know, it's like the Astro Zombies are coming to kill you. But there's also, I guess, some sentimental fact to it as well. And my personal copy is green. This has got to be, I'm guessing, some... Oh, it's stuck now. I guess... Where does it say what copy this is? I don't know if this is a bootleg or what. I did get it in a record store, but, you know, I have plenty of Misfits bootlegs anyways. But, yeah, Misfits Walk Among Us. You know, I said in the beginning, this is one of the more produced Misfits records. I love the charm and sound that, like, all of the Misfits stuff has, especially the guitar tones, because a lot of it just sounds like it was recorded, you know, just in a dungeon, you know, like their song London Dungeon. It just sounds so, like, lo-fi, because they just didn't have, you know, the money, and it was also an artistic choice, you know, because all those records back then were produced really well, you know. 70s and 80s, but 70s, I'm sure there was some, you know, overproduction going on, and you know, these punk bands hated these bands and things like that, so it was very anti-everything almost, you know, almost like a cynical take on, like, production, you know, just give us the minimal, and I think it works. But, you know, this record sonically, I think, sounds great. I think it's very punchy, the guitars are very straightforward. Doyle doing the down picking, you know, I don't know how his wrist doesn't fall off, but he does it, you know. Who was on drums? Arthur Googie. Yeah, I love his drumming on this. This was around the time they lost Robo, right? From Robo, who drummed in Black Flag. I'm not sure, you'll have to tell me. But Jerry Only on bass, of course, and Danzig on vocals, you know. I think this record really shines in their discography. It's got some great songwriting, and I think it adds to their mystique, you know, as a band, in general, as a whole, you know, of how they thought of these songs or how they wrote them. You know, when I was a teenager, I used to sit down and be like, how did these guys write these songs? You know, like, how did these ideas come to them? So I think it's an interesting record, and I think you should take a look into it. Thanks.